Coming up, remembering 9/11 17 years later. Get your t-shirts before they sell out and support early detection for fire and cancer. And we'll explain what these students are working on here on 15th Street. Hi, I'm Linda McHugh. Welcome to the September edition of Fort Lee Today on Demand. This year marks the 17th anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attacks.
Yoichi Sugiyama.
Fort Lee observed the anniversary by remembering the men and women who were killed on that tragic day, especially those that resided in Fort Lee at the time, and by honoring the heroism of the first responders.
17 years ago, nearly 3,000 men, women, and children, including 147 Bergen County residents, were killed in acts of terror that targeted who we are as Americans.
9/11 changed America forever. It's a day we'll never forget. We will always remember where we were, who we were with, and what we were doing when we first heard the news that a plane had crashed into the World Trade Center's North Tower.
As we recall the moments when America's collective heart was broken, no one was immune from the tragedy of that day. But the real words that speak to our hearts come from those who were there, the heroes of the day, the first responders.
You are looking at the best emergency service agencies that this universe has to offer you. And when you live here in this borough and you hit 911, you may rest assured that you put into motion a series of events that calls upon some of the best service agencies that the state of New Jersey and the northern United States has to offer. You just made us so proud that day. And this memorial, yes, to remind us of the tragedy and those victims, but it's also to pay tribute to the way you here in Fort Lee performed.
Early detection saves lives. That's true for both breast cancer and fire safety. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month and Fire Prevention Month. To raise awareness for both causes, the Fort Lee Fire Prevention Bureau is selling t-shirts. They look and feel great, and the proceeds will be put to good use.
Being that October is Fire Safety Awareness Month as well as Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I thought early detection saves lives, double entendre. I thought it was a great idea. 50% of the proceeds would go to our fire safety education program, and 50% of the proceeds would go to Pink Hills of Bergen County.
The Fort Lee Fire Prevention Bureau runs more than 100 events a year to help promote fire safety in the borough. As you can see, our fire officials are eloquently displaying just some of the gifts the department purchases each year to hand out at the various events. The proceeds from the sale of the t-shirts will help defer some of the costs of the giveaways.
Pink Hills is an organization to show people battling cancer or terminal illness that they're not battling it alone. There's always somebody there to support them and show them that they will always have support in their corner.
Pink Hills of Bergen County provides hospital and home visits to show individuals that they're loved, cherished, and important to others. The organization is made up of firefighters, police officers, and EMS workers who hope to ease the burdens and lighten the spirits of those affected by serious illnesses.
I lost my mother to cancer at an early age. I lost my cousin to cancer at a very early age. And I'm there if I have free time and I'm a fireman, why not volunteer and, donate my time to help somebody that's a little less fortunate.
Pink Hills has been well known in this area, and it ties in a little bit to the fire service, and their main goal is to promote breast cancer awareness and cancer awareness. So we figure, being that they tie into the fire service so well, as you can see with their apparatus here, that they would be the best to tie in for this with us.
We like to bring gifts for the children especially, and people that are going through treatment, so we want to bring them gifts every time we go and do a visit with them.
So the proceeds from this fundraiser really will be put to good use.
Yes, they will.
When somebody like Fort Lee Fire Prevention does a fundraiser, and they say, look, we want to split whatever it might be, that is huge. That is outrageous. They really deserve a lot of credit, because we haven't had too many organizations or other people come up and say, hey, look, we want to throw a fundraiser and donate the money to you. So I think Mary and the rest of Fort Lee Fire Prevention really deserve a big thank you.
The short sleeve t-shirts are $15. The long sleeve, like the one I'm wearing, are $20. It's a small price to pay to help save a life. Contact Mary at 201-359-5252 to order your shirts today before they sell out. On our very first episode of Fort Lee Today on Demand, we visited Fort Lee's first community garden, located at the bottom of Stillwell Avenue. Well, that project was such a success that a second community garden is now in the making.
We're on a piece of land donated generously by a local family for the purpose of creating our second community garden, because our first garden that we started 5 years ago was such a success. We only had 20 boxes, but there's a wait list for about 50, 75 local people that are begging for a community garden.
So I told Isla, I think I have a plan. Our school in Paramus Technical School, has a landscape architect program, and it is outstanding. Our teacher is amazing, and we do partnerships with communities.
We're just marking out all of our excavations so that we can start digging, start working.
I'm watching you guys work out here. It seems like you really know what you're doing.
Yeah, we've had a lot of practice. Mr. Dixon, our teacher, he's given us a lot of experience doing this type of stuff, so he's prepared us pretty well.
We're going to be planting, I think, 16 planters for the residents to have their own gardens, and we're just starting to do the site work where we're marking out the sidewalks and we're establishing the heights of the grades and getting an idea. It's like creating a roadmap for the construction.
I want to do a butterfly garden. I want to do a composting area. I want to do a rain garden if we can. And we're going to have handicap boxes for seniors, for adults with disabilities.
We contacted some partners in the community, including Bobcat of North Jersey. They've been lending us their equipment to work in the area, as well as Sal Barilla Landscaping. Sal's a former student of ours.
All of these students here plan on going into the landscape architect design field, so this is perfect for them.
It's a great town, great area, community garden, and I feel like it's just a good opportunity for everyone, you know, for the community over here to kind of like get together and for us to work on this and build something that we can, you know, own in a way.
This is the best experience that they could possibly have. These students learn best while they're on the job. We've never had an opportunity to do something like this out in the community before, so it's really been great for us.
10 years ago, I partnered up with Sustainable Jersey. Fort Lee achieved bronze level 2 times. This is absolutely an action that we'll get credits for, so I'm really excited. Actually, we were awarded a grant of $20,000 3 years ago to build this garden from Sustainable Jersey.
That wraps up our show for this month. Thanks again for joining us. And don't forget, order your shirts today to show your support for the Fort Lee Fire Prevention Bureau and Pink Heels.